Hey everybody, welcome to Obscurities in Miniature. Today we have a bit of a truncated video due to me accidentally deleting everything on the unboxing and unveiling and putting together these two miniatures. But in front of us today we've got a new release from GCT Studios Bushido line. Now these models were supposed to have originally have been for Salute, but we all know that kind of went kaput this year along with all the other major conventions and expos and shows and whatnot. So despite that, GCT Studios put these guys available as a pre-release on their website, and they both are part of the Minimoto clan for Bushido. And the Minimoto clan, or the Bear clan, as I believe they are more aptly known, are all about fancy furs and big spiked metal clubs, which our Minimoto friends here are most assuredly carrying. So these guys were actually just two pieces. Our friend right here, Minamoto Neko, actually he needed to have his club and arms glued on, so not a big complicated mess there. And his friend Reo, whose name I can't, test the veracity of whether it's an official Japanese name or not, but anyways, the only thing he really needed to worry about is actually his arm holding the scabbard there. That was the only thing that needed to be glued in. And I think the Minimoto clan is the only other clan that I can think of that actually has lots of guys sitting around squatting. Nobody's really in an action pose, I think, for the most part. We've had a lot of guys with their tetsubos or kanobo or whatever you want to use for the word for the big metal baseball bats here. A lot of them have had them slung over their shoulders or resting on them, like our friend Reo is here, but actually Niko, I think, is the first one that's actually been in any sort of action pose with one. There were a couple of Ashigaru-style guys that had them as well, but again, they were leaning up against them. I don't know if I ever did an official Minimoto review, and if you guys would like, I could do one in the future, because I don't think I've ever bothered to get farther than getting them primed. But one of the nice things about these models is, besides the fact that they're on 30mm bases, they're really scaled for a lot of current modern samurai Sengoku Jidai type models. So if you're into that style and you're into that era of gaming, then I think there's a lot you can do with these guys. So I grabbed a couple other models just to show you, give you a good look-see as to what they scale well with. Obviously, the first thing that they would make the most sense to scale well with are other models from Bushido. Here we have one of the prefecture review starter guys. He was a single piece, I believe, and one of the awesome, were these the Wolf Clan, I believe? He's just busy looking cool there. This big Nodachi. So you can see, nice sense of scale, and obviously they should. They're all 3D built CG renders, so, there's no reason we get weird scaling issues like that. Grabbing a couple other models here. Toshiro, who was one of their exclusive models at some point or another and shows them every now and then on the web store if you're curious about him. Grabbing some older models as well, just to give you a good look-see. A random Clan Wars model and a old War Games Factory archer from the Ashigaru sprue. So even if you have these guys, if you're playing Tested Honor with the old Warlord stuff, I think it's going to fit in really well there too. Moving into other realms of gaming, if you wanted to have them pop into a game of Kensei with a Zenith's line, here's one of their samurai, works perfectly. And if you're more the board gaming type, well, hey, there's always Forbidden Fortress for Shadows of Brimstone from Flying Frog Games as well. Production, not games. Anyway, you can see here, they scale really well. So if you want to have extra samurai on the table, the fact that they're all sold individually, each of these are their own separate blister, you don't have to buy a whole starter pack or anything like that. And if you like the look of it and you want to go with something like that for a game of Shadows of Brimstone, I think our friend Niko here would make a great character for that. I mean, honestly, you can run Reo here as some kind of a retainer, whatever, if you're going to do the daimyo. But overall, really cool looking models. Very pleased to see them get released. I was even happier to see them actually make it all the way to my house, because we all know the mail is a little bit screwy these days. But one of the things I always have to commend GCT Studios for is the quality of their sculpts in metal. I haven't done anything special here, no priming, no shading, no washing. It's just they're really, really good quality figures. You get what you pay for. So if you're not too fussed with details, yeah, sure, there's cheaper alternatives. I'll be the first to admit they are a little bit on the pricier side, but when you do end up going towards those boutique lines of small independent companies, at least your money's being well spent. So I can't get these horns to get straightened out, but I think they're good enough. And like they got the face masks too. So overall, cool looking stuff, and it makes me hopeful that we'll see continued releases for other clans and factions as well. And obviously I want more of these dudes. But yeah. Anyways, I'll put a link down below for GCT Studios website if you're curious to take a look. I know they do have distribution in the States and overseas in Europe as well, but it's a little bit challenging to get those sometimes. But, you know, why not cut out the middleman and directly support them? Anyways, with that said, this has been High Lord Tamberlane with Obscurities and Miniatures, saying thanks for watching, and we'll see you back here soon. Bye-bye.